Hey.
Hey, we're on.
Look at that intro. We're
It's like code behind us.
Right, I know. We're still on week 1 with that new open, and I'm loving it.
Still getting used to the new graphics here. Ryan Dean here, 5 on your side.
That's right, and I'm Sydney Stallworth. Thanks for scrolling and stopping by.
I think I said 5 on your side. 5 on your feet.
5 on your feet.
This is the digital component to 5 on your side. 5 on your feet.
Right. And we're going to get started off with nothing anybody wants to hear.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, this is our top story of the day. A string of car break-ins near the Enterprise Center. This happened on the same day this happened from the same day police from departments across the area met to try to stop all the car break-ins. While the Blues took on the Coyotes last night, some people who parked in a nearby parking lot came back from the game only to find their busted windows and their belongings scattered all over the place. Now, just moments ago, we got an update from St. Louis Metro Police saying between 2 and 9 p.m., about 30 vehicles were broken into.
Oh my goodness.
Right. One woman gives us a look at what her car looked like when she returned. Danielle Schicker shared this video with 5 on your side. She says this is what she came out to see after leaving yesterday's game. Now, she says at least 15 cars next to hers were also broken into. You can see them there. And more cars were broken into in adjacent lots. I was out there this morning and I can confirm that. SLMPD says an investigation is ongoing. Now, whoever broke into her car didn't take anything. Police in the city and county held a press conference on the issue yesterday. They say many thieves are looking for weapons. St. Louis County Police Chief Kenneth Gregory said this is a problem they're seeing in the city, in the county, and in the state, and probably the worst year we've seen for car break-ins. Here's what we've seen in St. Louis County. There's been an increase of over 298% in catalytic converter thefts. Ryan, I know we talk about catalytic converters all the time.
And how quick they are at stealing them.
Right. They steal them and they're gone, and they sell those. Now, almost 10% of an increase in car break-ins overall, and 117 cars were stolen in the month of October alone. Now, police do not have tips to, they do have tips.
They do have tips.
They do have tips to try and deter thieves. Okay, listen up to these. You want to take your keys out of your car. Don't leave weapons inside because apparently they're looking for those. And valuables should not be left inside, especially when they're in plain sight. So if you have your phone or your computer, anything like that left in your car, you don't want to do that because thieves will be tempted and they'll go in and they'll get it.
So I'm sure we're going to be following up on this today.
Right.
One of the thoughts I have, and I think we need to ask the city this, is, if you pay money in the lot to park your car, you expect your car to be safe.
Yeah, a certain level of security.
A certain level of security.
Right.
And years ago, there was some of these issues surfaced again years ago, and they actually had rules where, had to have lighting and certain gates. If there wasn't a gate, it wasn't somebody on an actual guard, there had to be a gated lot. So that's something we're going to have to track down and make sure that things are being followed there. That
brings a lot of issues, Ryan, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because the people who are guarding these areas are also at a risk. We went to multiple lots when we were out there this morning and saw glass in multiple lots. So it wasn't just this one.
Sure.
And they were saying at yesterday's press conference that sometimes when there is one person actually breaking into the cars, there's another person with them that stands guard and watches. And a lot of times that person is armed. So it's kind of like, how do we fix this problem?
Well, in the one video that I think used to be Police Chief Tim Fitch, now he's the councilman for St. Louis County, he actually showed like the guy in the back had the door open and they were just kind of going slowly down the road. He's just jumping out, running, trying to open up any handles to look for unlocked cars, running back in, and still the door's open like his UPS truck. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They do kind of like a drive-by situation when they hop out, check the cars, and if it's not working, they hop back in and drive off.
I know we got to move on, but the last but the last thought on this is that there was an article years ago in the Post-Dispatch. It was one of the great columnists wrote. This is the type of crime that makes people so angry and stops you from wanting to go to events if this starts happening. So that's why you saw the big force, I know, from police yesterday and the county and the city, because they realize these are the types of crimes that just make you so mad and say, I'm not going to go pay money if I'm going to get my car broken into.
You came out to have a good time at the game, right?
Yeah.
Really
All right.
unfortunate.
We'll keep following this one for sure.
Absolutely.
Police are trying to track down the 2 teens who escaped from the St. Louis Juvenile Detention Center. That's on Enright in the city. One of them is accused of a deadly shooting, by the way. Sources tell 5 on your side 2 supervisors were escorting 7 teenagers back to their rooms when the 2 teens busted a hallway window and jumped out. One of the teens was a 16-year-old who police say was involved in a shooting on the Arch grounds last September. I think you covered that story.
I was on that story, yes.
That left a 29-year-old man dead. This is the same facility where 4 teens escaped last month. A Sunset Hills police officer who died suddenly in her sleep last week will be laid to rest this Friday. Visitation for Christy Meyer is from 4 until 8 p.m. on Thursday at Cutis Funeral Home in Afton. A memorial service will take place on Friday morning starting at 10 o'clock, and that's at St. Justin the Martyr in Sunset Hills. There will be a procession from the funeral home to the church starting at 9:30. It will go west on Gravois to Lindbergh, then north on Lindbergh to Eddy and Park. Sunset Hills Police are asking people to line the route to show support for Officer Meyer, and St. Louis always shows up to honor folks.
Very true.
So I think people will line this route for sure.
Speaking of showing up to honor, hearts were so heavy last night outside Marquette High School as students gathered to remember 3 teens killed in a car crash. A candlelight vigil was held for 15-year-old Reagan Sabin and Jacob Kiefer, who both attended Marquette. 16-year-old Cole Anello, who attended DeSmet, also died in the crash early Sunday morning that injured 2 other teens. Kiefer's mother spoke to his grieving classmates at the event.
The love, the support, the texts, the emails, TikToks, Snapchats. I mean, it's just, there's nothing more beautiful than knowing the number of people that supported us in this and the number of friends that love Jake.
Families have not announced funeral arrangements just yet for these teens. Now, this story is absolutely heartbreaking.
And this has been several vigils and memorials that we've been seeing
Yes.
here. Yeah, man, it's so, I can't believe the mom, you know, just the strength to be able to say something. So,
Right. Our hearts go out to their classmates and their
yeah.
friends.
It's
Yeah.
It's just such a sad story for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about what's on the COVID-19 front. Hundreds of kids in North St. Louis County are getting their vaccine today. There's a clinic at the Rittner School District that's happening this afternoon. Meanwhile, an elementary school in the Metro East has actually sent kids home for remote learning because of a spike in cases. First, let's talk about what's at Rittner Middle School today. The district is partnering with SSM Health to host this vaccine clinic. More than 400 children have actually signed up to get the shot. I'm told by the district the clinic is actually full. You're looking at video from SLPS event that happened over the weekend. This is a full event, again, pre-register only, no walk-ins available. And again, we've seen clinics like this in Kirkwood, also St. Louis Public Schools hosting clinics as well. In Illinois, St. Clair County officials encouraging students to get vaccinated after an outbreak at Central School District in O'Fallon. Central Elementary School had more than 40 students and staff members test positive for COVID. The 300 students at the school are now remote learning for the next 2 weeks.
It's just, you know, a difficult situation, and we absolutely do not want to see any of our students or our staff members, you know, coming down with COVID. We've had a couple staff members who have been very sick, you know, and I know some of the children that aren't feeling well.
So county leaders believe parents should take advantage of these 2 weeks by getting their kids vaccinated in an effort to try and prevent the COVID spike we saw last year during the holiday season.
Right, and you know, they're trying their best.
Yeah.
And, you know, with these vaccines rolling out, I'm glad that they mentioned that to parents to let them know that's an option that they do have, so that hopefully in the future we can avoid situations like this one.
Always tough.
Always tough. Now, speaking of the holidays, here we go. Are you ready for?
I'm ready for some time off.
All right. Hey, look, me too.
Now you're speaking my language.
All right. Well, now the countdown to Thanksgiving has begun a little while ago. Now, a lot of people are already starting to prepare their holiday feast. Ryan, have you started cooking yet?
No, not yet.
Do you cook at all?
I do cook,
Okay.
but you know, I'll be doing the stuffing per usual.
Okay. Do that stuff and then Ryan. But let's not forget that Thanksgiving can be a dangerous time for pets. We all love the good food, but it can be pretty tricky for them if they try to snack on scraps that fall from the table. Now, some of our holiday favorites are dangerous for our furry friends, and that includes turkey. A pet medical insurance company says dogs can have a small amount of lean turkey, but keep them away from dark meat, skins, fat, and bones. So I guess all the good parts. Okay, stuffing is bad for pets because it often contains garlic, chives, onions, or scallions, which are toxic to dogs. Those ingredients and butter are also the reason to avoid letting your pet snack on mashed potatoes. Keep that in mind. Plain mashed potatoes are okay, but sweet potatoes are also dangerous. Oh my goodness. And no pies for dessert, please. But there are some pumpkin pie flavored pet treats that don't have all the sugar. You can give them those.
Poor pup not being able to, looking at that food, not being able to get any of that.
I know, but it's okay. It's for their best interest there. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving feast, two former strangers who met in 2016 from an accidental dinner invitation are keeping their holiday tradition strong.
I love this story.
Me too. Wanda Dench sent a dinner invite text to Jamal Hinton thinking it was her grandson. But turns out she had the wrong number. The two figured out the mistake, then sent selfies to each other. That's when Hinton asked, hey, if I can still come on over for dinner. And Dench replied, of course you can.
Yes.
That's what grandmas do, feed everyone.
Aww.
The pair have been sharing the holiday tradition ever since. So we're talking 6 Thanksgivings in a row.
6 years.
I love that.
I know, and every year they go viral on like Twitter and
yeah.
Instagram when they post their selfie together for that year. I feel like America is just keeping up with this at this point. And it's so fun, and it's just like a story about the kindness
For sure.
that people can show.
For sure.
Opening up their home to a stranger, and now they're that close.
Well, and he's got the easy part. He just shows up and gets a feast.
Gets to eat,
I
right.
mean, and he probably has to go to his family as well. So, I mean, look good for him.
I know, that's
2
what she said,
meals.
grandma's feet.
I
That's
know.
what they
That's
do.
so cool,
I
though.
know my grandma does. All right, well, TikTok users, you might want to listen up because you could claim part of a $92 million settlement. A federal lawsuit claims TikTok illegally collected and used personal data from its users. You can file a claim at TikTokDataPrivacySettlement.com. Illinois
Say it
residents,
again.
I know, TikTok, gotta go back. Yeah, here we go. TikTokDataPrivacySettlement.com. There it is, guys. All right, Illinois residents could get up to 6 times more money because of a state law. Oh my gosh.
Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of barely on, not really on TikTok, but I mean, I might try to get some of that.
But
claim.
is it one of those things where it's going to take forever to,
It probably was.
to
They're not going to
process?
make it easy.
No,
They're
of
not
course
going to make
not.
it easy, but you got to stick in there.
It's a lot of money.
Get that money.
There'll be a lot of people making TikToks about that
I
TikTok
know.
claim.
Once they get that cash, absolutely.
sure.
All right. Well, I got the turtleneck on today, but it wasn't bad outside. Let's check in with Anthony and see how the weather's looking.
Well, waking up this Wednesday morning with a lot of cloud cover. Showers expected to hit and across the bi-state about 1, 2 o'clock. This is a cold front that's going to move through and drastically drop those numbers. Showers should be with us until about 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and then we dry out overnight. But a colder afternoon on the way. While we're dry and mild this morning, mid to upper 60s by lunchtime, we fall back into the 50s this afternoon, even the 40s by dinner time. And overnight, we're in the 30s as rain wraps up. Friday morning in the 20s, highs Thursday and Friday only in the 40s.
All right. Well, winter will be here before you know it. Living in the Midwest, I'm new to the Midwest, but I'm here now. We can all
And we're
know.
glad you are.
Yes, I'm here now, and I will soon find out how bizarre the weather can be. I got a taste, but we got to see when the weather comes.
Yeah. One day you'll be wearing gloves. Next day you'll be wearing short
my
sleeves
gosh,
and gloves.
and shorts and all that stuff.
We
Yeah.
call it have a go bag, a morning reporter life. Have a
Yeah.
go bag because you never know
Always.
what's going to be, what you're going to be using that
I'm
day.
clothes for everything.
So our chief meteorologist Scott Connell predicts the above average temperature trend we've seen in the fall will continue into the winter months. By the way, this is good stuff.
All right.
Similar to what we saw last winter. That's because of a moderate La Nina, which keeps us warmer than average,
Nice.
but don't keep the winter gear in storage. Scott says our snowfall total should be about average for us, and there's always the chance for a major winter storm.
Which I'm not looking forward to, Ryan.
Oh, I'm excited to see you out there. Yep.
Yeah, you'll be out there with me, though.
I know, but
exactly.
like,
We'll be texting each other. Sad.
I'm from upstate New York, so I'm used to the cold. So,
okay, so he'll do
but
it, but I'm from Florida, so
it'll be
there
fun
you
TV.
go. All right, well, let's take a look at what's trending today. This story is trending online right now. I know we already have quite a few comments
yeah.
about this, so you guys are really interested. So it's about a burger joint in the Kansas City area.
Right.
Whataburger just opened a location in Lee Summit Monday, and it's clear that this is something Missourians have really been waiting for, Ryan. Now, this video from Kansas City MoDOT shows a line of customers waiting to get their, look at all those cars, waiting to get their hands on a burger. The line made it all the way to a nearby freeway. More locations are on the way. I know you guys are in the comments saying we want that here in St. Louis. I have to second that. The company will be opening another Whataburger just 15 minutes away from the Lee Summit location in about 2 weeks. Even more Kansas City area locations are expected to open in 2022. Now, Kansas City is a little hop and a skip away. Would you go with that?
Have you had Whataburger?
I have. Twice in my life.
So
we don't have them in Florida for real, but maybe in North Florida.
Is it comparable? Like, what would you compare it to? Is it kind of like In-N-Out?
It's kind of like In-N-Out. Please don't persecute me in the comments. I mean, it kind of is, but it's tasty.
Right,
I will say that.
I have not had Whataburger, so please, you know, comment. Let me know what it's like. Cause, so is it a smash burger?
I mean, Ish.
Okay.
But the burger is really juicy. I can't say that I haven't had a dry burger from there. So I understand the appeal. I mean, I'm kind of the same way about Chick-fil-A. I'm like passionate. I love a good chicken sandwich. I can't lie.
You want a great debate. You ask about local spots for burgers, where to go. Carl's Drive-In in Maplewood, amazing. Back me up on this, folks.
Shout out. Let us know.
That's a good smash burger. And then O'Connell's Pub on Kings Highway in the city. That's a really good, juicy burger, really great. And then, and everybody loves it. What's the one that's open in Kirkwood? I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing High Point.
Okay, High Point.
And
Yeah,
loves High
I was
Point
like,
now.
I'm new.
Yeah. But there's some really good old classic ones here, too.
I know.
For sure.
Who doesn't love a bacon cheeseburger?
I love a bacon cheeseburger.
All right.
All right, here in St. Louis, yet another iconic restaurant is closing its doors for good. Billy's Fine Foods in Soulard made the announcement on social media. Other social media posts show the restaurant may have been unsuccessful in hiring needed cooks and servers. Been having a lot of stories on that one. The 1960s era diner closed for days at a time this year and shortened its hours due to a lack of staff.
And Ryan, Billy's Fine Food isn't the only restaurant struggling with a shortage of workers there. There was just our little intro to what we're doing. We're talking about the labor shortage. We've been talking about it all week. Now, that isn't the only restaurant that's struggling. Tomorrow on Today in St. Louis, I'm taking a deeper look into this. I'm going to take the viewers inside the restaurant scene in St. Louis County to find out why some employees have decided not to go back to work. Plus, I'm going to learn how spots in our area are working around the shortage and how we're doing nationally, Ryan, because we're hearing about this shortage on a national level.
It's all over.
But how are we doing right here in St. Louis County? We're going to find out.
It's tough stuff, because I went to a Dunkin' Donuts and there was like 2 employees for the whole entire restaurant.
Exactly, and they've been holding it down. So if you're working in the food service industry right now, hospitality industry, shout out to you, because you're really doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we all have hidden talents. Still trying to find mine.
Okay.
But one local dog is making a name for herself on the Jimmy Fallon Show. Check it out.
Can you tell me, Jessica, why is your pet better than me?
Because Miss Maple can pack her own suitcase.
That's true. I really can't.
Yeah, how about that? This is the marvelous Miss Maple. Check out the video. She's also a Circus Harmony's mascot. Miss Maple showed off her skills at packing her own suitcase in a segment called Why Is Your Pet Better Than Me? Fallon was in for a treat when he realized that Miss Maple was actually packing herself up in the suitcase.
In the suitcase. I was expecting some clothes to be,
I was hoping to.
Suitcase. Yeah, but that's still incredibly cute. And I have to say, my dog back home, shout out to Sammy. He loves
Sammy watching?
Sammy's watching, probably. He has a ton of personality, but he loves to, if I'm going somewhere and I got the suitcase open, he might try to like sit on it, sit near it, because he knows we're about to leave or I'm about to leave. And dogs, they pick up on these things.
They sure do.
He hasn't figured out how to pack himself in that. That's next.
I'm getting a sense that we have to wrap and call this a day.
We've had a ton of fun today.
All right. Take care, guys.
See you tomorrow.